Welcome to video 2.3, Some Like It Hot, Heat Map Charts. In the previous video, we took a look at time series charts, exploring drill down and analytics. In this video, we'll look at a couple of heat map custom visuals. In general, heat maps use color coding to help analysts identify when or where some metric is high or low, in other words, hot spots and cold spots. Examples we'll look at include comparing companies' strong sales months. This can be used as another form of seasonality analysis. Identifying locations with high sales. This could help identify opportunities for geographically targeted marketing. Starting with the report from the previous video, we'll bring in two custom visuals from the Power BI marketplace. Heat streams is a heat map of categories over time. We'll use this to compare drug companies' sales over time. The heat map is a geographic map that shows blobby-looking clusters. We'll use this to highlight regions with strong sales. Let's pop over to Power BI and get started. First, open up the report from last video. You could also open the prepared report from code files, drug data, video 2.2.pvix. This report has just the one page where we explored some time series charts. We'll add a new page for the heat maps down here at the bottom, hit the plus. While we're here, let's create some more meaningful tab names. Right-click the first page tab and choose Rename Page. We'll call this one Baseline, since we'll be creating an alternate scenario for it in the next video. The new page is for our heat maps. Right-click, Rename Page, Heat Maps, Enter. Next we'll add the heat streams visual. This is in the Power BI marketplace. You need to be connected to the internet for this to work. And you'll find the marketplace by clicking on the ellipsis, the three dots in the visualizations pane. They are for Import Custom Visual, and from the menu you want to choose Import from Marketplace. You'll be greeted with a long scrolling list of all available custom visuals, sorted by suggested for you. I have no idea how the suggestion algorithm works, but if you're just browsing it seems reasonably effective. We're specifically looking for heat streams, so let's sort by name. Scrolling to H is going to take a while. Let's try the search feature. Click and search, heat streams, enter. That's the one. Click add, and then when the visual imports, hit OK. The visual is added to the palette here. Click to create the heat streams visual, and let's size it to half the canvas. For category, we'll use the drug company name. Score will be our usual sales. And once again, we'll be dragging invoice date to time. Let's pop into focus view and see what's happening. Each row is one company, and each column at the moment is one day. I think months would be more relevant to our marketing interests. For this, we need to switch over to continuous date mode. So we'll click the little down arrow next to invoice date here in the field well, and change from date hierarchy to invoice date. Heat streams doesn't support drill down, so the hierarchy isn't buying anything for us in this case. Date mode, though, initially shows tiny slivers since the axis is now in months. We can fix that in the Format pane. Under Data Settings, change the date buckets from daily to monthly. At this point, we're pretty much good to go. For a bit more dynamic range in our visual, for some datasets it can be helpful to use a log scale. I'm not convinced it helps here, though. We can also make the labels a little less cluttered under View Settings by bumping up the row height if it's not already 15 or 16. Play around and see what you think looks good. Going back to the report, let's try Geographic Heat Map. At the moment, we don't actually have any geography data. You may recall, though, from section 1.3 that our customers table has latitude and longitude values. Let's pull in that data. In the Ribbons Home tab, click the label for Get Data and choose Text CSV, as the raw data in code files is in the CSV, separated values text format. Find Code Files Section 2 Data and open up Customer CSV. When the preview is ready, click Load, and Power BI will add a customer table to our report. Now, we can go back to the marketplace and find Heat Map. Note that it's very highly rated. Once it imports, hit OK, then click in the canvas and click the new icon in the palette. For this one, we'll drag in Customer, Lat, and Long. This immediately gives us a heat map of our customer base density. We can drag sales into value. This doesn't change the visualization that much because sales go where customers live, but it does update the scale at the top. For a true heat map look, pop over to the Format pane, and under View Settings, under Renderer, change the type from Contour to Heat. Now when we click a company name, you can see where their customers live. We could also tweak the colors so the two visuals have matching gradients, but the defaults are similar enough to get the idea across. Now, be sure to save your work. In the next video, we'll create a tax scenario using a parameter and slicers.